and thanks for joining me for this very quick makeup tutorial on how I get ready in the morning quickly. So being a makeup artist means that my morning calls can be as early as 4 a.m. and for me personally the sleep is very important. If I don't get at least 8 hours of sleep, I normally cannot perform to my fullest. So for this reason, my makeup routine in the morning is as quick as possible. Sometimes I don't do any makeup at all. If I woke up at 4 o'clock and I have to leave at 4:15, makeup is the last thing on my mind. I just wash my face, do my skincare routine, do my serum, toners, moisturizers, and I'm out the door. Now, if my morning call is not as early as 4 a.m., then I do allow 5 to 10 minute makeup routine depending on the day, and this is what I'm usually doing. Wash my face, toned it, put serum on and a moisturizer. So the first step in my morning makeup routine would be Jones Road What The Foundation. You guys may have seen me already showing this foundation to you as my monthly pick a few months ago from my personal use, so I've used quite a bit of it already. I have two colors, light and medium, and depending on how tanned I get, I mix these two together. Now, this is not a foundation per se. I would say this is a very creamy moisturizer, almost like an oily residue in it. But what I like about it is that my skin is more on the dry side, and throughout the day, if I use any long wearing foundations that are kind of oil control, these just dry out on me. In the past, I really enjoyed Arbonne. Was it BB cream or CC cream? But I finished and I haven't repurchased it for some reason. Don't ask me why, I don't really know. But I've been sent this product and I've tried it and I actually fell in love with it. Just perfects my normal skin. Just gives me a little bit of the glow and moisture throughout the day. And normally I apply it with my fingers as I feel like it blends into skin better. I feel like with a brush you may leave a little streaks just because it's a really moisturizing product. The next step in my morning routine is the concealer. Currently I'm trialing this new Tom Ford concealer, which I wore once before. Can't say I'm in love with it just yet, but I have a feeling I just need to give it a little bit more tries and figure out the best way of applying it. It is quite pigmented, so you don't really need a lot of it. I normally concentrate mostly in the middle part of these areas with the fingers or with a brush. I mean, if I'm running out of time completely, then fingers is my go-to application. However, today I do have a little bit more time, so I'm gonna blend this in with the brush. Concealer definitely needs to be set with the powder, otherwise it is moving throughout the day. Last time I wore it, it was good, but I just felt like didn't melt in my skin like my other two favorite concealers that are now completely discontinued. One of those was the Makeup Forever, which I barely have anything left in this tube, and the other concealer was from e.l.f. Very affordable super drug brand. Loved it for ages and ages until they decided to change the formula and come out with another radiant concealer, and that just doesn't do it for me anymore. And sometimes I'm just dabbing around these areas here just to brighten a little bit, but again, that just depends on time. If I only have 5 minutes, then I just don't care. I just slap it on, press it in with my fingers, and that's it. And the next step is the scalp gel from Illamasqua. It looks like this. Comes in a tube. It looks really dark, but actually it is not very pigmented. It's almost like a transparent tinted gel. You can build it a little bit, but it ain't gonna stain massively, so it's really good for somebody with light to medium skin tone, I would say, so someone of my complexion. And I'm just applying it like this, and then I'm very quickly buffing it in with a brush. When Alex Box came out with this product, she actually intended for it to be used in this way. You apply it very quickly on the side of your finger, and then you kind of swoosh them like this. So you transfer the color on both sides, and then you kind of press it underneath the cheekbones. It's a really good, quick application technique. However, I did not master it fully. So I prefer to use a brush instead. And the nose is one of the parts that I always contour. Well, contour is not really the word. Just apply a little bit darker shading on the tip of my nose to make it a little bit smaller. And maybe the residue, just drag it out this way. I don't really contour my nose per se. And sometimes I just swoosh the residue over my eyelids just to make my eyes kind of a little bit shadowier. Then I usually apply the creamy blusher. This one is from Kiko. I don't have my personal favorite blusher. I just use whatever I have on my table that day. And Kiko used to be part of my kit, but I'm not in love with it anymore, so I'm just kind of finishing it on myself. So once it's gonna be done, I will not repurchase. However, I really like the same contouring sticks from Kiko. You see me using those a lot in my videos. If you watch, you know. But the creamy blusher, it's amazing, it's great, there's nothing wrong with it. I just don't know, for my kids somehow, I have other products right now that I'm in love with. So I'm using this on myself. Sometimes instead of Kiko blusher, I'm using this Miracle Bomb from Jones Road. Used as a blusher. The only thing is that it is really tacky in texture. If your hair is down and it's windy, most likely your hair will be kind of catching on this area. So I only use it when I'm wearing my hair up, so it's out of the way. I really like in the morning especially, it just gives you that kind of a fresh glow. The step I never leave my house without is the brow gel. This one is from Got2b. You guys know I absolutely adore it. This is from my personal collection, so I'm actually using it straight from the tube. It's one of the most amazing brow products I have come across. Very affordable, does exactly what it needs to do without a huge price tag. My eyebrows love it. I love it. Just kind of diagonally brushing those in such a way, because I don't like the look of an angry bird, and it's really easy to get that look with my eyebrows because they're really long. The hair is actually really long. So yeah, somewhere like this, and I don't even fill them in anymore. I used to, but now when I don't have time, I don't really care. As long as they're kind of brushed out in place, and this stays for the whole day. Even when I come home, they're still there. If I do have a little bit of time, then I try to add this Becca primer. It's an eyeshadow topper and a primer. So this is like a liquid eyeshadow that lasts really well throughout the day. Unfortunately, you know, Becca went bust, so it's no longer available. But I found it online and I got it, and I absolutely love it. And I'm very quickly just adding it with my fingers all over my eyelid. And I just find that throughout the day, together with mascara, if you have like a slight shadowing over your eyelid, it all kind of contributes to you looking a little bit more made up. And you see how quickly this adds a little bit of definition and a little bit of color to my eyes. And this color shade Lunar is amazing for my skin tone. It's not brown, it's not pinky, it's somewhere in between, and I've been really loving using it. And another part I never leave my house without is my eyelashes. I always do LVL at home, and I actually did LVL yesterday night, so my lashes are kind of freshly curled. My eyelashes are dead straight, and when they are not LVL treated, they're literally all over the place. They never look good no matter how much I try to curl and put them in place. So LVL is a big savior for me in the mornings. So today I'm using a Pillow Talk push-up lashes from Charlotte Tilbury. Usually I use Revita Lash Mascara, which just finished, but I'm gonna repurchase it because I'm absolutely in love. And if you guys watch my videos, you know I already spoke about it on several occasions. But today I'm gonna show you this one. If you took away everything from my makeup kit and told me to only leave 1 or 2 items, mascara and a concealer. The rest I can live without, but these 2 items, no. Wow. Honestly, I like this mascara, however, Revita Lash Mascara was my absolute favorite. I also recently used this Ordinary Peptide Lash Serum. Somehow, I'm not in love. I've been using it for 3 weeks now, and I see no difference. I got it because one of my models was swearing by it, and she said that her lashes have gone so much thicker and longer. I don't know, I didn't notice any difference. If anything, I feel like my lashes are thinnest they have ever been. I'm sure it's nothing to do with the serum, but this is just my observation, and I was expecting a quicker result. I'm gonna continue using it, but for now I'm not in love. So if you guys have any lash serum that you can recommend, I'm not after the length, I'm more after the thickness of the lashes, please do comment underneath. I'll be glad for all of your suggestions, because my lashes really need just that thickness right now. Now I need to powder everything very quickly, and at the moment I'm using this Laura Mercier Candle Glow Sheer Perfecting Powder. It's not mattifying, it's kind of reflecting, it sets foundation in place, especially but the foundation is really greasy, so It's definitely not gonna withstand a full day unless it's kind of powdered, at least lightly. So again, I don't like being matte. Matte does not work for me. I'm more on the dry side, so I like the glow. And even if I get a little bit shiny, I really don't mind that. So all of the products I'm showing you today will not suit someone with oily skin. They will be more for someone who likes to glow, for someone with dry skin or maybe normal to dry skin. But oily skin, I'm sorry girls, this would not be the practice for you. Okay guys, so the mascara, the concealer are the most important parts of my makeup routine, and then I also like to overline my lips because my lips are really nice shape but they have never been full, but I can make them full. And for this I will need a pencil, and I actually, don't laugh, I have a small pencils that nearly finished in my kind of a kit, but they're not big enough to continue carrying or using for my clients. I don't like wasting products, I don't like wasting food, and I definitely don't like wasting anything that I can be using. So I keep them aside and I use them for myself. This one is the liner from Illamasqua in the color Raw, if I remember right. The color I can't see anymore because it was in the middle of the pencil, and now it is short. So I very quickly line my lips, and I always overline them because I like a big pout. I don't want to do injections, and this is kind of not for me at the moment, but I know that by overdrawing I can actually make my lips twice as big. The color is so light, I don't have to be precise. Here, I mean, this is a little bit too much, but in the morning, if that happens, just with a finger quickly, I blend all back, and here you go. And then on top I'm dabbing one of my favorite lip glosses. It's like a lip tint with a little bit of oil. It's nourishing, it's moisturizing. This one is in the shade Sunset. My favorite shade is Morning Dew. I can't find it right now, so I'm just quickly gonna dab the one I could find, and you can see it's a very beautiful kind of lip glossy finish, but it's also moisturizing. It's like a contains oil in it. It's very easy to wear on the lips. It has a slight color to it, comes in several shades, and is one of my favorite on the go when I'm away on holidays or when I'm away. It's always in my bag. And then I set everything with a finishing spray. At the moment I use Charlotte Tilbury one, which is my favorite. I always use it on my clients. Just sets everything in place, smells divine. And this is my very quick morning routine completed, guys. You see, there's not many steps. I showed you extra steps, but honestly, when I woke up at 4 a.m. I never do makeup. The makeup is the least of my worries. I have an extra mascara in my car, and if I have a time on a red light, I know I should not be doing that, but if I have a time on a red light, I quickly try to paint my eyes, and that's about it. So I'm a bare minimum kind of girl. Like, if I can't do it perfect, I'd rather not do it. So this is it. This is my very quick makeup routine. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I hope you pick up a product or two. If that routine ain't gonna work for you and you're the kind of girl that loves a full face of makeup, let me know in the comments below. How long does it take to do your makeup in the morning? From me, this is it, guys. Thank you once again for watching, and I see you on my next one.